Hi everyone and welcome back to Talkin Teachers. My name is Chris Height and I'm joined by a familiar face from the science department here at CBA. Always willing to help and make jokes, as well as a huge Devils fan, unfortunately.
Wow.
I'm with Mr. Dash, Mr. Dashkavich, aka Mr. Dash. Mr. Dash, how you doing?
Well, you brought up the Devils, so less better now.
Oh, less better.
But other than that, I'm doing all right.
I'm happy.
I was told this was going to be a podcast, which I always associate with an audio medium only, and now there's video, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, welcome to the digital age video podcast.
All right, we'll adapt. Go.
Let's go. Here
what do we got?
Well, Mr. Dash, I know you love superheroes, so I'll ask you like this. What's your CBA origin story? How'd you end up here?
Oh, CBA origin story. That's good. Had it been the other one, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
How did I end up here? So I graduated college, as most of the teachers here did. And when I first got out of college, I got a job at the nuclear power plant in Forked River. I was just in training. I did go into the reactor, well, not the reactor itself, but the area. But then I got laid off from there because they hired too many of us. It was fine because it was going to be nights and and then who knows how many more limbs I'd have if I'd stayed there, radiation.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. And then, so when I got laid off of there, I started substitute teaching because I wanted to teach anyway. I knew that coming out of college. So I started substitute teaching in Brick. And so that was going well. And I was putting in applications to school, Wall Township, Jackson, other places. Nothing was coming up. So during the summer, because there's no substituting teaching during the summer, I got a job with doing quality control with Arm & Hammer in Lakewood at the industrial park. Right before I got that job, which was in June of 2002, there was a newspaper ad
Wow.
for a physics teacher at CBA. So I sent my resume, and about a week later, the vice principal at the time, Mr. Santinello, gave me a call, said, come on in, we want to interview you. And I said, all right. So I came in for the interview, and it was him and the department chair at the time, the science department chair at the time, Mr. Dew, who retired several years ago. They interviewed me. I assume the interview went well, because after the interview, they gave me a tour of the school. But then I left. And then a couple days later, they called and said I got the job. And I was also starting this other job at Arm & Hammer. So I did the other job at Arm & Hammer. About 2 to 3 weeks before the school year, I was like, hey, listen, just so you know, I just got this job teaching. Kind of lied. And then I've been here since September 2002.
Wow. And it's been all fun ever since, right?
I've been here since September of 2002. It's not always fun.
Not always fun?
Not always.
Fun. That's a lot of years.
The pandemic was not fun.
No.
No, that was terrible. But it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, we've had snowball fights, water gun fights, stuff that doesn't happen anymore.
Rockets that launch.
Yeah, we still do that. Yeah. So we do have fun sometimes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, now, Mr. Dash, we're on to the next question.
Go.
Speaking of teaching, what course has been your favorite to teach and why? Because that's a tough one. Obviously, you probably taught a lot of courses in your time.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, strictly been physics.
Oh, wow.
But there's been standard, honors, and the APs. But that's it. That's all I've taught. But probably the electricity and magnetism course. It's the most challenging, and I think the most rewarding, both on my end and the students' end, because it's a very challenging class. So when they come out of there, they feel like they've accomplished something. So I feel like I've accomplished something, but more importantly on their end.
Absolutely.
I feel like they've accomplished something. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Josh, is that the senior level course?
That is senior level.
Oh, so all
with calculus.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It's heavy duty.
It's a bunch of fun, though.
You can ask some of your peers about that.
Oh, I'm sure I can.
Yeah.
Mr. Dash, I never got to have you as a teacher. I was disappointed.
No, I was very blessed.
Very fun. That's amazing.
No, you did not. Who did you have?
Mr. Midler.
Oh, that's right, you had Mr.
Mr. Midler.
All right, so you made out all right.
Yeah, I did. I did. We still did all the fun stuff.
You did.
Just without the sense of humor.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he still has one.
He's all right. He's, from Massachusetts.
He has his moments.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, Mr. Dash, now, so I actually found out about this before I even met you as a person. I think it was when we went to
Are we
DC.
on number 3?
Number 3.
Oh.
So I remember I was in your room for Mr. Seaton's history class.
Oh, sure.
With all the collectibles and all the posters. So Well, can you tell us a little bit about what the collectibles are and why you decorate them and what you use them for?
Where to start? We'll start with the airline safety pamphlets.
Yeah.
Because that gets people's attention real fast. Although if you go looking for them, they're taken down right now. They're just being reorganized. Don't worry, everybody. So the airline safety pamphlets started, I don't know, 15 years ago. And it really just started after spring break. A kid came back from Ireland and said, I brought you a gift. I was like, very nice of you. And he hands me an Irish airline flyer. As a joke, I hung it up on the backboard, where they all are now. So after that, other kids just started bringing them in, and we're in the hundreds. It's just silly.
Wow.
The Hot Wheels started because I bought a couple Batmobiles. I put them up, but then again, kids started bringing them in. So it's a lot of student decorated stuff. The pop figures, again, I've bought a couple, but primarily they've been brought in by students. Posters, I brought them, but they were all like freebie giveaways for the most part. Yeah, so stuff's just been like collected over the years from me or students or just whatever. Just makes it more fun to walk into. It's better than walking into a bare wall classroom if there's things of interest to look at.
Sure.
That's really it.
Absolutely. You and Mr. Spidell are kind of competing there.
No, I won.
Yeah.
I won.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that statement.
More variety.
100%.
I moved beyond the Star Wars.
Yeah, you got the Marvel, Star Wars,
I got,
airlines.
Batman,
of course, yeah.
And airlines, yes. Lots of airlines.
Plenty of airlines. So, Mr. Dash, we had some banter before the interview. I feel like we have an unofficial student-teacher rivalry a little bit. Unofficial, but how
Still unofficial?
Well, maybe official. How have you incorporated comedy and your sense of humor into your teaching style? Because it's certainly very unique.
I don't know. I just do. You kind of have to let it flow naturally. You can't force a joke. You're in a classroom. Funny things are going to happen. Students say silly things. Silly things happen. I'll make fun of myself.
Sure.
It's just something. The teacher has to be an A1 improv artist. Not necessarily humor improv, but you got to be on your feet. My on my feet is not only the teaching, because lesson plans never go as planned, but you got to be ready to adapt fast. And the best teachers can adapt fast or be ready fast. So if something happens and it's funny, I'm going to point it out. Even if it's me. Even if I screw up. Which I do plenty, and I'll make fun of myself. If a student screws up, they screw up, we'll figure out where, we'll laugh. You just let it happen. You don't do it to offend anybody. You just do it to lighten the mood. Sometimes you just got to lighten the mood. We've all been in classes where you just, but if you can just get a laugh once in a while, it makes that 40 minutes go by a lot faster. So if you just bring a little bit of humor, a little bit of fun, a little bit of humanity into it, makes it a lot more enjoyable for everybody.
Absolutely. I always hear great stories from your class.
Well, keep them secret because.
Oh yeah, you
don't want to spread.
No, yeah, you won't be surprised going into the class.
You do.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Spidell when he walks in and screams like that.
Why do you keep comparing me to Mr. Spidell?
I don't know. I mean, Mr. Spidell has been here for like 40-something years.
I think 67.
67?
Might be bad math.
Oh.
Somewhere around there.
There you go.
Yeah.
A whole eternity.
Yeah.
And you'll be here a whole eternity too, though, right?
Oh, my God. Why do you say things like that?
Well, Mr. Dash, you're legendary. You're immortal, of course.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
There you go. Mr. Dash, last question. Well,
yes.
Maybe I'll have an extra question because you like improv, it seems like.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
What do you hope for your future here at CBA?
What do I hope for my future here? That I still have a future here after this.
All right.
Just to keep putting out a good experience for students, educationally. We always try. Sometimes it's more difficult than others. You just got to keep trucking forward and doing what you need to do and hope that everything comes out the way you want it to. Does it always? No, that's part of life. You just adjust. Like I said, you just adjust, you accommodate, you keep moving forward, and that's all I'm going to keep doing is keep moving forward in this place and see where it takes me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Mr. Dash, anything else to add? Because I know you like improv. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's good. Hey, look at this.
Just you can ask that.
So, Mr. Dad, I'll hold it up for the audience here. I don't know if you can read this.
I didn't write that.
Oh, so I actually just wrote this.
Right.
There you go.
What?
Where should we send the $500 check as compensation for the interview, Mr. Dash?
You can just put it in my school box here. Thank you for asking on camera, so there's a witness.
Here's the paper and
Good.
everything. Signed by me.
So I will now expect a $500 check
All right.
for this interview.
Did you take coupons?
What are they for?
Like any restaurant and/or place to buy any collectibles?
No.
No.
No. Check or cash.
Check or cash?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Preferably quarters.
Anything else to add, Mr. Dash?
Nope. You're safe.
There you go. Well,
I'm gonna cover up my microphone there. There we go.
Well, Mr. Dash, thank you for joining me. I really enjoyed this episode. Very
God
funny.
bless.
Very comedic.
We gotta have some fun. It's the end of the day.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
3 days left this week. 8 days left for you seniors.
Yeah, that's
just to give you guys a timeline of when this is being filmed.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Only a few more days left.
April 23rd,
You only
2024.
get to see this face only a few more days. Look at that. Sure, you're devastated. Well, Mr. Dash, thank you, and nothing else to say, right? Before no more compensation.
I usually have something else to say, but not this time. No,
Not this time?
No, I'll come up with something. Hold on, give me 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's only a 30-second song, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right. Well, Mr. Dash, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on Talking to Teachers. For Mr. Dash, I'm Chris Height. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.